When we talk about nightmares, we talk about horrific dreams that leave you feeling anxious and stressed when you wake up from them, that leave you in a full blown body sweat with a pounding heart when you come out of those dreams. But when it comes to narcissistic abuse, the meaning of having a nightmare changes. Hi, I am Danish, a narcissistic abuse recovery professional, and today in this episode, I'll be talking about something very strange called good nightmares. A category, a special category of nightmares that doesn't look like a nightmare. When you go through the cycle of narcissistic abuse, there are situations where you want the narcissist to be the way they were in the beginning of the relationship, because the nature of this cycle of narcissistic abuse is such that it leaves you thirsty, it leaves you wanting to restore the homeostasis. It leaves you wanting to restore the balance that you saw in the beginning, that you felt in the beginning. And the whole relationship, this is how it goes. This is how you spend your time in this relationship, doing this, doing that, and the other, to make them be like who they were in the beginning, to bring that virgin out of them that they promised you in the beginning of the relationship. But no matter what you do, it doesn't work. They keep getting worse, just as with time, as the time passes. And during all of this, you get heavily traumatized. This is what trauma looks like. Trauma doesn't only mean that you are verbally, physically, like overtly abused, but trauma can be you trying to attempt to make this person look at the things that they're doing and look at the things that they need to take responsibility for, but nothing you do works. Nothing you say is heard, nothing you do is seen, and you feel stuck. You feel an absolute feeling of helplessness. You feel broken because of abandonment, neglect, and isolation. And all of these traumas leave you injured deep down in your brain. And once you leave such a relationship, your brain replays these situations, especially those good memories or those situations where you were so desperate, so thirsty for that one drop of love, for them to just flip back into who they were in the beginning. But it never happened in reality. However, in your dreams, you have those good scenarios, good memories, or those experiencing ending in a good way. For example, in the reality, you would have wanted them to take responsibility or apologize, but none of it happened. However, when you have a nightmare today, good nightmare, you see them apologizing, you see them coming to you and taking responsibility, you see them changing. Your brain tries to give it a meaning so that it completes what is stuck, completes here in your inner reality. And that is what leaves you with extreme pain and sadness when you wake up from such dreams. And these are what you call as good nightmares, because they do not look like nightmares. There is nothing bad happening. There is no one chasing you. You're not running away from anyone. All you're seeing is this person is doing, this narcissist is doing what they never did in reality, what they never chose to do, the responsibility they never took, the apology that never came from them, the change that you never saw, and you see that in your dreams. That leaves you feeling shattered when you wake up. As I work with people, this is one of the challenges that these people have, because most of them would ask me, if this is trauma, I should be having, different kinds of dreams. I should be seeing them chasing me or something really bad happening, but none of it is happening. All I am seeing, on a repeat, in a loop, is the same scenario happening again and again in each dream, maybe with the same ending or a slightly different ending, but the ending is what never happened in reality. And when I wake up, I feel so sad. I feel in so much pain. And one of the reasons why you feel so much pain is because these dreams that you have, they are very vivid to the level that you remember what you saw, what you felt, what you smelled, and who was around you, what was the position of the door, what was the position of the curtain. Like, it's very vivid. I have also had people who would tell me, when I wake up from such a dream, I do not know whether this is reality, the time, the waking up time, or that was the reality. My brain is truly confused if that is what happened, because I feel that way. The way I felt in that good nightmare and what I am feeling now, it feels unreal. And that is what makes a recovery after such a devastating experience complex, because most people experience things that are quite the opposite of what they should be experiencing, as per what we know, how trauma survivors experience their symptoms after going through such devastating experience. So if you are going through something like this, just understand that when and if you have these good nightmares, and the moment you wake up, do not beat yourself up for one having such nightmares, because this is something that is beyond your control. And second, try to understand that it is your brain that is trying to give a meaning to the absolute meaninglessness that you were exposed to. Your brain is trying to bring you out of that helpless feeling that you felt always there. So try to have compassion towards yourself. And the third thing is, sit with the feeling. Just understand that this is an opportunity for you to process the pain and sadness, and understand that uh, the way you saw it in the dream is the way it should have happened, and your brain is trying to replay it that way. Just process the pain, release it, and accept that it never happened that way, and it's is the trauma that is getting processed. And this is going to take time. You may have the same nightmare, or the different nightmare with a different scenario, different experience, repeated over again and again and again for a long time, but ultimately they are going to get away, and the occurrence of these nightmares is going to reduce. Compassion, understanding, acceptance, and processing of the emotions is extremely important while you are having these good nightmares, and understanding that these feelings that you have, the confusion between what is real and what is not real, it's very common to have when you wake up from such an intense and vivid experience, like almost going on a trip, a hypnotic trip, like an extreme deep hypnosis. That is what it is like. So just be grateful that your brain is working extremely hard, even when you're sleeping, just to help you get out of the trap that you are still in internally, emotionally, and it is going to get away. I hope today I was able to help you understand or make sense of what is happening with you. If this is what is happening with you, I'll talk with you very soon in another episode. Till then, let the healing begin.